Hello, my name is Trevor, and this is Scorched Earth Musings. This is going to be a channel regarding life, metaphysics, esoterics, multidimensionality. I'm going to touch on all kinds of topics. Going to discuss just general thoughts that I have regarding life in general and the way I see the world and the way I believe we should treat others and everything like that. Now, this is my second attempt at a video. My first attempt failed miserably. The audio did not record. Excuse me. So that was disappointing, but here I am trying again. I've been talking to a friend last couple days about her life and situations going on there and how fear gets in the way of the way we react, respond to the world, and just treat others, everything. I mean, it really is a huge factor with a lot. And I'm getting over the fear right now of being here on the camera and posting this to YouTube, but here we go. The way I look at it is I've had these realizations of we affect others so profoundly without even being aware how much we do. And it's really, truly amazing. I've been on a process the last 8 months of finding myself, trying to work on things, going through a so-called dark night of the soul, and just trying to just get a better perspective on life and in general. And so that stems from, it all started, well, basically I getting a divorce, and I tried to commit suicide last July and failed. So I spent the last 6 months at a mental health center after spending 2 months in the hospital. I should have succeeded, but I didn't. I say I should have succeeded. I'm glad I did not succeed, is what I should say. I feel there's a reason that I did not succeed, and I'm still here. And this is part of the reason I'm starting this channel, and part of why I've decided to pursue life coaching as a new career path for me. Sorry, this is going to be real, and I'm going to get emotional, and that's just the way it is. So, if you don't like it, you can switch off. I found a lot of beauty in life, even through the hard times, through the difficult, the trauma, everything. I've learned that without the so-called negative aspects of life and negative emotions, we can't truly know what positive emotions are, good emotions are. And by trying to avoid, deflect from, have fear for these negative emotions causes more stress in our lives. And I believe truly that since I have begun starting to express my emotions, allow myself to feel what I feel, the hurt, the pain, the sadness, everything, the better my life has actually been. Yeah, there may be times when, I really don't want to feel it, and I try to avoid and shove these emotions down, but as I've expressed them more and allowed myself to feel them more, it has become easier, not necessarily easier to show them, but harder to hide them and keep them in, I should say. And from what I've learned is feeling these so-called negative emotions has made the positive emotions that much more better and more profound. And I don't like the term negative and positive because they just are. It's like life just is. And it's the way our mind works and how we think about these emotions that makes them so-called positive or negative. And if we can change our view to where they just are, they're just a part of life. They just happen. These emotions just happen. And allow ourselves to feel them when they come up and be able to not avoid, because the thoughts about them that we have about them are going to come up. And it's a matter of not dismissing the thoughts, acknowledging the thoughts have happened, and yet not letting them take control over the way we feel and how we view the world, and because it's our thoughts that create our negative outlooks, is what I've found with myself. It's how we get stuck in a negative mindset and just fall down that rabbit hole of just negativity. And instead, if we could grasp on to the fact that, okay, this happened, so and so did this to me, whatever, acknowledge the fact that they are reacting because of their own personal stuff that they have going on. It's nothing personal against you. You don't know what's going on in their life. We are all individuals, and we are all experiencing this thing called life, and it's a beautiful thing. And I believe that if we could just learn to acknowledge the fact that everybody is at their own place in this life and on their own individual path, and be able to keep that at the forefront of our minds when we're interacting with people, and just even the random stranger on the street that we come across. If as a whole, a collective, we could bring more positivity into this world and show more joy and happiness, and just shine our inner light that we have been able to find, whatever that may be, then can affect the other person's life in a profound way without even knowing about it. And we may never know about it, but the fact that it's a possibility is all the more reason that we should be happy and treat people with respect and kindness and benevolence and love, and just more emotions. It stems from my own personal experience of, I drove a lot of people away from my past, and that was my own negative behavior. I was verbally and emotionally abusive to my ex and my son and my friends and coworkers, and it was all me trying to protect myself, when in reality I was just secluding myself and driving the people that did care about me away from me. And for the last 8 months that I've been on since my suicide attempt, that I've been in the 6 months at the mental health center, I have made such profound friendships with people, and I view everybody differently now than I once did. I try to hold love for people, even people that upset me, or things don't go well, or they just it doesn't feel like they're on my level or see eye to eye to what I'm thinking, and trying to take a step back and embrace the fact that that's where they are on their journey. And nobody is going to be at the same exact spot that we are. Nobody is, because we're each individual unique, and that's a beautiful thing. And it's by sharing these unique experiences that we have personally with others, and by just showing kindness from our hearts and love from our hearts for everybody, that love will spread and that light will spread. Because, again, there's been so many people that I can't even list, from my time in the hospital to my time at the mental health center that I was at to where I am now, that have so profoundly impacted my life and so many ways. And it's amazing how I had the viewpoint once upon a time that I didn't affect people. I'm just me. I mean, who am I? Who am I to affect people? Who am I to fucking influence somebody or be here on YouTube, for Christ's sakes, and start talking to people? But I'm doing it for me, and that's besides the point from where I was trying to get. Sorry, I get on tangents here. But back to the profundity of affecting other people's lives. That tiny smile that you give to a stranger on the street, they could be having a terrible day, and you help lighten their day up. And you may never know it, but just to hold on to that idea of spreading love and spreading happiness and joy by being as good as you can to others and kind to others is an amazing, beautiful thing. And I think the world would be a much more beautiful place if we collectively can do that and show compassion to those who may be having a bad day, who may be aggressive or angry or acting, negatively, so to speak. And hopefully that light that we show them and kindness we show them can turn that around and help that person out with their day a little bit. I've got so many instances, little tidbits from talking to people and sharing with people my story and listening to their story. Being able to make connections. Connections are key. Talk to strangers. Make that conversation even though you're uncomfortable. Like I'm doing right now, making this video for freaking YouTube. I have made, with listening to so many people's stories, I have been able to find little pieces and parts that I've been able to relate to in my life. Not completely, of course not, because I'm individual, they're individual. Everyone has their own individual experiences. But by being able to grasp and pull the similarities from other people and make that connection with them and be able to relate to them, the similarities that we do share and our experiences brings us all closer together. And it's just amazing because now with my different mindset that I have with life and people, and I used to shy away from people and everything, and now I want to hear people's stories and share my stories, because with all the grasping and connections of the signs and synchronicity, I've been able to process so many things in this life. My past experiences, my present experiences, and be able to look at the world in a different way. Because we are all different, yet we are all the same. We have some similarities and we have differences. It's just the yin and yang. It's the balance of it all. It's like positive and negative. It's balance. It's being able to connect where we can connect with others, and basically, I don't like this, but agree to disagree when we disconnect on other things or are disconnected about other things, and just being open, having open hearts towards other people. That's mainly it, is having open hearts towards other people and hear what they have to say. Sometimes people just need to talk, and who knows what information you might be able to glean from what that person has to share. And that's the profundity of how much we affect one another's lives. We really, truly do. The smallest interaction in the day with somebody that is positive, that you can do for somebody else, could turn that whole that person's entire day around, and you don't even know it. And to just be accepting of that fact and hold on to that fact and keep that at the forefront of your mind, that thought, that idea, that by just showing love and compassion to another human being could change their life. Whether you know it or not, it's so beautiful. The idea that you could so profoundly change another human being's life. And that's how I try to look at all my interactions with everybody now. Be the positive interactions or the negative ones. You take the negative ones and you see what you can glean from it, and the positivity you could pull from it, and not be judgmental on another human being. And the positive experiences, just take them as the beautiful little gifts that they are in this world, because they are gifts. And by embracing the negativity as I see it, and I like to say, acknowledging the negativity being there, feeling that negativity, to the extent that the positivity is so extensively improved, expanded, it's amazing. Everything I've noticed with my life, how how much more joyful moments have been, how much more happy and love and compassion that I have been able to experience since I have begun embracing the negative emotions rather than shoving them down. Because by acknowledging that they're there, that they exist, life is beautiful, and the love that is shown is so profound and amazing in this world. Thank you.